I think lastly, I wanted to spend some time on the role of AI in
Yes, yes.
this whole process,
Right, right.
marketing, branding,
Oh.
etc. Maybe we start at very high level. What are your first thoughts? Because I know you have been around since the tech
Hmm.
came.
Hmm. Hmm.
Probably you are one of the early adopters, I
Hmm.
could say that. And now you have seen that, the role probably in the 90s till about 2023, 24, and now the AI is probably the
Hmm.
next wave.
Hmm.
So, what are your thoughts? What are the observations
Hmm.
at this point?
There's a lot of hype and a lot of hope also around AI. Like earlier, mobile also there was a lot of hype and a lot of hope. So it depends, I mean, AI is definitely a huge boon for marketing, and it's already, I mean, for example, in things like targeting consumers, AI is already being used by the larger marketing companies. Okay. It's being used big time by IT companies, AI gives you a sharper, faster, kind of thing. So there's no doubt that AI is already proving its worth. Okay. Moving forward, AI will. There's a lot of paranoia, I think, about AI taking away jobs. My personal take on this is yes, there will be some areas which will become redundant, but it's going to open up 10 times more. Okay, so fast skilling and so on will be key. So AI is going to open up a lot of new areas, new territories for products, brands, especially, I mean, like we were discussing, tier 2, tier 3. How do you target, how do you create a product for farmers, for example?
Hmm.
Okay. How do you solve a pollution problem through AI? Okay, so it will prove its worth. Right now, it's very transactional, okay, like ChatGPT. Most people use ChatGPT. It's very transactional, but AI will, as the months and years go past, AI will get more and more into insights, into trends, into stuff like that.
So, you think the on the content part, it will totally take over the creative process, or there still be human element to that?
It cannot take over completely. I mean, AI has to be see if everyone is using AI, then everything is bad. Then
Correct.
everyone will be mediocre. So there has to be some people who use AI better than other people do. Okay, I see a lot of people, just jumping in and creating some video which is saturated. People are beginning not to notice AI created videos because they don't have any storyline. It's very basic kind of thing. I mean, not all, most of them. So it needs, very old fashioned storytelling skills, and that, that's why a very good prompt engineer who will come in, who gives the right prompts to different AI tools to get, some kind of branding message.
So, probably a role of a co-pilot. That's what you're
AI is a
suggesting.
co-pilot. Yeah,
Uh,
AI will be a co-pilot. But
like a
what will
default feature.
happen 5 years from now, I don't know. I
Hmm.
wouldn't stand up and say, oh, AI is going to take up everything or whatever. It'll still be, you saw a couple of days back, AI defeated, a chat GPT in coding or something like that. Okay. 10-hour marathon. So it'll still be a human being who will use AI, and there'll be some people who use better than other people. So it's not about AI, it's the person who's using AI better than other people. So that will make the big difference.
Hmm. So greater level of self-awareness and using it to probably fill in the gaps where you are
Mm.
weak or where you feel you need more
Mm.
help,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the,
It'll need very sophisticated inputs, very sophisticated prompt engineering to um, do really good work through AI.
right,
I
right.
mean, you can always say, make me a video for this camera, and I mean, I think Facebook, Meta is already doing that. You don't have to spend too much time for advertisers in the targeting. So how do you differentiate yourself? That is the human being. That's the brand owner. I mean, not the brand manager, but the brand owner. Could
Right,
be an analyst, could be the CEO, whoever it is.
right, right. Lastly, what keeps you going? Because I know you have been working for few decades now,
Mm-hmm.
And I would say your work is more creative. Now you're on the digital side, but still involves creativity. So I think if you are on this creative track for so many years, how do you keep reaffirming your commitment and rediscovering and adapting first, let's say internet and now AI? So what keeps you going?
So two things. One is everyone is creative. Creative for me is finding out a different way of looking at things using imagination, and that is not restricted to a department. It is anyone. In fact, the best so-called creative ideas come from tech people, come from business people, come from finance people. Okay, my job is to connect the dots. I don't mind saying this, I'm not that creative as a lot of other people that I know, and I don't need to be. I just need to find out, okay, this is, what the business is, and these are the many, many dots that you need to connect. Okay. And once you do that, do a fairly good job of that, which is, like an iceberg, the part under the water. Once you connect all the dots, this iceberg that you see above the water, that's the creative idea, final creative execution. Could be whatever it is, a video or game or whatever. That a lot of people can do, or you get a good person who will do it, some young chap, is fresh out of college, bubbling with ideas. Usko sab kuch samjha do, enable everything for him, then he'll give you the final script. That's okay. So creativity for me is working in a team, but for me personally, it's solving a business problem. Okay, what do I tell the consumer? What are the different dots that we connect? So that is creativity, and that my partners are always usually people in tech, business development and so on. It is not other creative, like 30 years, 20 years back. So there was this creative department and, creative director, associate creative director, art designer. And teen char, we would sit in a corner and think of ideas. Those days are gone, completely gone. And, now it's, you're talking to the analyst.
Right.
I see even if it's a video, whatever. So they'll be sitting and talking to an analyst. What are the trends? That's where it starts.
So it's bottom up rather than top down in the earlier days.
It's an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem approach. It can, just connect the dots, make sure they make sense to the consumer, solve a problem or something. And then you do the top of the iceberg. Give some, depending on the context, how you'll speak with, someone in South Delhi is different from how you'll speak with someone in, say, Jharkhand. Could be the same product.
Right,
so that you figure out later. Brand can have many different, avatars for different audiences.
Right. Any last advice for young founders thinking about awareness, branding, building a long-term brand?
My thing is you don't have to think big. Take incremental steps. Okay. There's too much effort and time wasting, whatever goes into doing a great brand idea. Aise mat karo. You move fast, you try out different ideas, always do A/B testing, ABCD, whatever. Most marketing doesn't do A/B testing. They say they do, but they don't. Okay, so test your, different approaches with different people. And like we were discussing a little while ago, please sit with consumers, listen to them, test everything. Okay, put your, these dots together, and then you get into brand building and creative and all that. Keep your ear open, keep listening, get feedback from the user, from everyone. I guess that's it.
Yeah. No. Wonderful advice, and thank you for taking out the time.
Thank you.
I think this is one of the many conversation probably because we had many topics which we wanted to cover. So probably in future we'll cover.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much.